All right, how's it going? Chris from Chris's Comments. Got a new show coming up here. This is August 30th. It's a Monday. And taking effect soon is going to be 9 new laws in effect September 1st here in Texas. Now, I'm bringing this up just simply because it's all over the place. And to a certain degree, it's stupid. Here we go. Check this out. Constitutional carry. Texans over 21 will now be able to carry a handgun without a license in Texas. Okay. Anti-abortion legislation limits procedure to as early as 5 weeks. Boo! Boo! Victims of rape and incest are not exempt. Boo! Okay. Meaning they must carry pregnancy to term once a fetal heartbeat is detected. Okay. That's called the quickening. And it's usually never anywhere near 5 weeks. As early as 5 weeks. Some women, yes. But for the most part, no! Usually have to wait 2 damn months. So for this whole crap, it's just BS. Victims of rape and incest are not exempt. Dude, that's just got to seriously be shut down. That's got to be voted out. Everybody out there needs to know that that's supporting the evil. You know, so for people that want to say that it's a part of God's manner, no. God did create this world with life and death. It's man that chose to do it in their own messed up manners. And I'd like to remind everybody, Christianity actually upheld abortion. It didn't oppose it. It upheld it. Christian churches and all them, and I forgot the stats, but I'll bring it up another time. I usually do. Christianity upheld abortion, particularly with women's health was concerned. At the time, they only limited down to health reasons concerning the woman or the baby in what would be considered a cancerous womb. Their words. Now these days, obviously, we know a womb doesn't actually have to be cancered in order to be bad for pregnancy. There's a lot of reasons for it. The womb to stop the process of giving birth to a baby, leading to some kind of hazardous outcome or condition. Okay, and a medical emergency. These days, it's just a whole variety of things, and this right here is just messed up, you know. It also, okay, here's a redundant thing. It requires that doctors are not allowed to perform abortions without first performing a test to see if a fetal heartbeat can be detected. Once again, the heartbeat and life isn't actually in place until the time of the quickening. And that's when the woman can feel the baby, the heart rate, and feel it turn over and all this good stuff in her womb. Okay, in other words, you have to take the woman's word for it. If she feels it, it's alive, ergo, it stays alive. If she doesn't, she has the option to get rid of it. This was backed up by Christians in the very beginning of Christianity. Okay? Not only was it not murder, it wasn't even a sin to abort a fetus before the time of the quickening. Plain and simple. So yeah, this is just the most idiotic bill. SR 8, I think it says. No, SB 8. SB 8. The most idiotic thing ever. It's messing with the Christian world. It's messing with the Christian way of living. It's messing with the way we dealt with it scientifically as well as spiritually. It's bullcrap. Body-worn cameras. Police officers will now be wearing their body-worn cameras during investigations. It's about damn time. Beer and wine sales on Sunday. Instead of waiting till noon, you can buy beer as early as 10 a.m. 10 a.m. to midnight. Except for Christmas Day, Thanksgiving, and New Year's Day. It's just dumb. That's a tradition. Now, technically, that's not a tradition of actual Christianity. So, technically, I mean, I just think it's dumb. I just think it's needless. Sorry. I just think it's needless, especially me being a former alcoholic and doper. Okay? I sobered up, for those who don't know, I sobered up August 27, 2001. I've accomplished 20 years. I've stayed sober 20 years now. But yeah, the whole beer and wine sales on Sundays, lowering the time and extending it at the same time to midnight is needless. I think it's tasteless. I don't think it should be done. It's not really sacrilege. So screw it. But at the same time, on Sunday I kind of liked it to where it was 12 to 9 or something like that. That's my emotion on it. Churches can't be closed. Okay. During a pandemic, you can still open up and let everybody in. Stupid. But hey, you want to get infected and die by way of holy sacrament. That's your business. Just don't judge me for not showing up. Critical race theory. Texas is now just one of just a handful of states that is banning the teaching of so-called critical race theory, or more accurately, how race and racism have impacted social structures. Boo! That needs to go away, man. Critical race theory needs to be taught. In my opinion, it needs to be taught on all levels, though. It needs to be taught white men how they enslaved blacks, white men how they enslaved Indians, white men how they enslaved Asians. But the flip side to that as well, the French, the whites versus other whites, blacks who have taken part in bringing over other blacks and being part of the slave trade, and how race and racism impacts, the KKK and the Black Panther, how both organizations of hate have just wound up screwing everything. Cartels are not exactly a race hate organization, a race hate based organization. Son of a gun. I need more caffeine. However, the cartels are for profit by any means, and profiting off of racist stuff off of other races as well, works just as easily for them, as they do anything else. Same thing with the triad, same thing with the Yakuza, Russian mob, Jewish mob, all of them. Criminal organizations that have partook in racist mannerisms, racist acts for profit. Okay? That's an entirely different avenue. However, because it can fit under critical race theory, it is important. It is important to know this. The criminal element, as well as the spiritually hate-driven element, as well as just the BS brainwashed element, and everything in between that I'm not thinking of right now. Now, for what it's worth, this is not a victory for all the haters. So everybody out here, because technically critical race theory was never input into our education system. It was never a priority. It was never input and all this good stuff. Did we talk about the Civil War? Yeah. Did we talk about Martin Luther King? Yeah. But a couple of acts and a couple of moments in history does not focus and hone in on the actual subject, especially not through a bunch of variety of levels. This could open the brains so much and so well that it's just silly to consider it as something bad, you know. Because I know a lot of people think, well, it's promoting racism because it's talking about racism. Well, it's not promoting. It's not saying racism is a good thing at all. You know, it's just pointing out racism and how it affects everybody in America, as well as the world. And for all those that are crying, just because I don't want race theory doesn't mean I'm a racist. The response to that is, you know, just because I want critical race theory taught doesn't mean that I'm promoting it. Anyway, moving on. Jackass. Moving on. Medical marijuana. Cool. You know, I'm sober, but I have no problem with anybody smoking it. I've never had a problem with it. I've never had anybody problem smoking with it. The only thing that I am concerned about, smoking it indoors. I gotta be honest. I still like the no smoking ban. I still prefer people smoking outdoors, even if it is marijuana. By all means, knock yourself out. But smoke it outside. Smoke it outside. Because smoke, even if it's not from a cigarette or a cigar, technically it's still smoke. You know, I don't want to smell that. Smoke it out in the patio. Smoke it in your car. Drive around the block smoking it in your car. I don't care. Just don't smoke it in my, you know, in the seating area where I'm trying to enjoy my meal. Or trying to enjoy my meal while watching the next UFC fight or you know, football or basketball match, game, or the next boxing match. You know, smoke it outside. Toke it outside. Snort it outside. I don't care. Just whatever scents, aromas that you are indulging in, you know, just don't let it linger indoors. That's all I'm asking. That's all that this guy is asking. I think it's only a common sense on common ground request, and I don't see a problem with just because it's legal that we all of a sudden throw class out the window. You know what I'm saying? Family reunions. Smoke it over on the side of the house or at the garage while the kids are playing in the backyard. You know, full-grown men who like to smoke, toke, whatever. They're doing it, you know, outdoors at the front porch. Making sure everybody sees that, you know, the whole family is here and they'll kick your ass if you fuck with them. While the kids are playing in the backyard. Or inside playing board games or whatever. You know, family get-togethers. You know, just show a little class with it. That's all I'm asking. Smoke all the medical marijuana you think you can take, but you know, just uphold the indoor smoking laws and show some class with it. That's all I'm asking. That's all anybody's asking. Star Spangled Banner protection. Okay, now this one's got me. I don't understand this. The Star Spangled Banner is the national anthem of the U.S. and in recent years become a topic of debate, with athletes kneeling in protest, police brutality in sports, choosing not to play the national anthem before games. Okay, I have never heard of that. Athletes taking a knee, yes. But the anthem, well, no, we can't play it. I have never heard of that. Never heard of that. I think it's stupid. I think it is a dumb thing to not play, to choose not to play the national anthem before a sports event. The knee is fine. If you're protesting the knee, especially because of the police brutality that's still going on, regardless as to, well, he shouldn't have been smoking, or he shouldn't have been drinking, or he shouldn't have done this, or he shouldn't have done that, or blah, 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 blah. Screw you guys. The police brutality is still out here. It's still a fucking problem. And everybody has the right to say, fuck that, to that particular issue. Even during the Star Spangled Banner. You have to, as sure as it's a nationwide problem. Nobody said that you couldn't do it. When, I don't know, when, gosh, I don't know when, nobody else, well, technically there's nothing else to talk about. It's just that right there. So, yeah, taking the knee is fine during the Star Spangled Banner, but the Star Spangled Banner should be played at every event, even if somebody is holding a grudge with our country currently over a very serious topic such as police brutality. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. I tried, as you saw by the pauses, I tried diving deep into this. I couldn't, because there's no point. Blocking emergency vehicles. Okay. Protesters who block roadways will face felony charges if they knowingly block an emergency vehicle that has audible sirens and visual signals like flashing lights. Okay, that should go without saying. That's kind of a stupid law also. You don't block vehicles. You're just not supposed to block these emergency vehicles. Plain and simple. Alcohol to go. Alcohol to go sales become permanent after Governor Greg Abbott initially waived certain regulations allowing alcohol delivery from restaurants as a way to help support the hospitality industry during the coronavirus pandemic. Fine. I prefer alcohol delivery over alcohol to go. But as long as there are people that are going to, liquor barn or gas stations and picking up stuff and jumping into the car and popping them open right there. I mean, I haven't seen that in a long time. But, and I'm a rideshare driver, so I'm all over the place. I think I would have seen something like that. But despite the fact that I haven't, alcohol to go just sounds like a law that says go ahead and be irresponsible. I'm not too crazy about it, despite the fact that I'm just not going to fight it. Let's let time tell as to whether or not that's worth a damn. ERCOT. After the winter storm Uri, state legislators took steps to addressing the issues with the Texas power grid, which was put under a microscope following the disaster. Senate Bill 2 changes the makeup of the Electric Reliable Council of Texas, or ERCOT, Board of Directors, who those members are appointed. Senate Bill 3 will require power companies to upgrade their power plants and transmission lines withstanding more extreme weather. All right. ERCOT is something that needs time. Okay? ERCOT needs time to, weatherize everything. And I get it. But what I don't like is the idea that our governor, who's obviously just trying to look good by shaming these guys, is stupid. Because he was the one that authorized everything to begin with. He and his predecessor, Rick Perry. Okay? Governor Rick Perry. They've been doing it throughout their whole careers. And Abbott just followed in Perry's footsteps. So, him turning around and saying, shame on you, straighten out your deal. You ought to be ashamed of yourself and everything. No, that's just stupid. Shut up, Greg Abbott. Shut the hell up. Vaccine passports, Abbott signed into law. Vaccine passports are now prohibited in the Lone Star State. No business can require customers to provide proof of vaccination. Boo! Boo! So let me get this straight. It's okay to deny homosexuals their damn wedding cake, despite the fact that that doesn't kill anybody, whether they do or don't get their wedding cake. But a business can't check people for vaccination cards. Is that right? That is just idiotic as all hell. Businesses that violate this ban will be barred from state contracts and from receiving state grants. Okay, now see, that is bullshit right there. You can't tell a businessman not to be safe in his own frickin' business. That part has to be removed, and removed now. 9 new laws to take effect in September 1st in Texas. It's a crock, it's a crock, it's a crock, it's a big crock of shit. And it needs to be restricted, removed. We really need the governor and the administration out of Texas, or at least out of power in Texas. Enough is enough with these people. These people are just idiots, and they're a complete waste of time. A complete waste of tax-paying dollars. So that's it right there. Sorry that it took up almost a full half hour. But that's what's going on, and that's my opinion on all of that stuff right there. And the reason why is because this is a show on common sense, on common ground. You got a bunch of rhetorics, right-wing rhetorics, that are saying this is great, this is good, and there should be more laws against so-and-so and more fines and penalties. And then you got the left propaganda bullcrap. Republicans are the devil, and the only way to live is to just let everybody be themselves and don't hold anything over everybody and blah 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 and peace, love, dope. And I get it. But you're also a government, and you need to act like one. In between those two rows, you got people like you and me, just looking at everything, taking a step back, looking at everything with common sense on common ground. And that's where this show comes from. So, those are the 9 new laws here in Texas. I sure hope that all of you out there are not having to get this garbage put into your state laws, and that you're doing a lot better than us down here in the Lone Star State, because the Lone Star State is just turning into the stupid Gestapo organization, and it's just really getting tiring. So y'all take care, y'all take it easy, stay safe out there. The Delta variant is still out there, and here in Texas, my stupid governor is making it more and more accessible for the variant to pass around, with no vaccines, no vaccination, no proof of, and restriction bans, and lifting masks, and lifting vaccines, and shutting down stuff. So it's just really stupid. He's pitching in on killing people, or at least trying to. And in my opinion, because of his gerrymandering ways of and his land grab schemes that he's doing with all of these businesses coming down here, all the migrants from the California to New York coming down here, just buying up land, taking it, and of course he's taking a profit. He's taking his cut through it all in some form or another. And I don't have any more time, otherwise I'd go through that no differently than I do with everything else. So we'll catch you later. Stay safe, be careful, stay hygienic, always wash your hands, wear your damn masks, all this good stuff. Get vaxxed. And that's it. Y'all take care. Y'all take it easy. This is Chris with Chris's Comments, signing out.